lovely people, and welcome back to your day 17 of our 30-day challenge. Today is going to be all around your abs, so it will be a core focus class, a little bit shorter and sharper than usual, and you will be needing one block. So we're going to start lying down on that mat and popping that block so it's resting on your shins. Your legs will find that tabletop position. Beautiful. Knees are stacked over the line of your hips here. Your fingers come to your temples and your elbows stay nice and wide. Squeezing that lower back down onto your mat, feeling that connection, taking that inhale breath, and as we exhale, curling your head and chest off that mat. Beautiful. So inhale, we lower. Exhale, you take that nice curl. Awesome. So we're starting off super simple here. Working to keep those elbows nice and wide each time we curl up. Thinking about sliding that rib cage down towards your hips, using that shorten through your torso rather than your neck to help get that lift. Awesome. Just giving me 3 more like this. Exhale to lift. Inhale, return. Beautiful. 2 more. Lifting up a little bit higher each time. Last one. Okay, this next time we're going to curl up together and hold. Your right hand's going to grab that block. Beautiful. We're going to extend that right arm and left leg long. Chest stays high. We're drawing it back into rest on those shins before we lower back down. Going again, so we curl. Left arm this time, and right leg extends long, so opposite side, draws in, and then we control back down. So just working these alternate extensions, just reaching that leg and arm as low as you can, whilst keeping that imprinted spine down onto your mat. Beautiful. Nice work, team. Staying high in those extensions is the aim of the game. So making sure your gaze is looking down towards the bottom of your stomach. This will stop, hopefully reduce any pressure if you're feeling it through your neck. Okay, final challenge here. If you wish to take it today, we're going to curl up and hold. Right hand grabs that block, both hands touch. We're going to extend both arms and legs at the same time before drawing it into our shins and lowering back down. So that's our full progression, taking that double leg and arm extension at the top. Beautiful. You're here for 3 more. Awesome. Can you clear those shoulder blades up off the mat as you reach for that block? Beautiful. Last full rep now. Awesome. This next time you curl up, we're going to hold. You're going to pop that block down just behind our tailbone there, and your left foot, heel of your foot's going to plant down on it. Your right leg's floating to find that tabletop. Your fingers will re-find your temples. Beautiful. We're going to start with some oblique work now. So inhale, and as you exhale, we're lifting as we twist over towards the right now. Beautiful. Inhale to lower. Exhale as we take that lift and twist. Awesome. Seeing how high we can get that left shoulder, seeing if you can touch it with your elbow when you hit the top of that crunch. Holding for a second there before we lower back down. Nice, we're just here for 3 more before we add on. Exhale to lift. Inhale as we return. Final 2. Beautiful. Last one like this. All right, this next time we crunch up, we're gonna hold at the top. we're adding on a leg extension out. Beautiful. It draws back in before we return back down. So we crunch and twist, take that extension. Beautiful, just like the earlier sequence, team. I don't want your form to compromise with this leg lower. So making sure that lower back isn't arching and flaring off that mat. Nice work. We're just drawing that knee so it's in line with your hip each time. It's not coming any closer to your chest, keeping that activation through those lower abdominals. Beautiful. Okay, final full rep like this. All right, we're gonna meet at the bottom all together. Let's curl up and stay high. You're just working that extension out and in. Beautiful. We extend and draw. Beautiful. Just here for 4. Here for 3, nice and slow, team. For 2, beautiful. On 1, we can lower head and chest, extending that leg nice and long. Nice, taking a moment here. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're lifting that leg up, keeping it straight as we take in toe tap up with that left arm. Beautiful. Inhale to lower. So exhaling, we're sweeping and taking that little crunch at the top. Beautiful. Finishing off this side. You're just here for 6. Keeping that leg hovering off the mat at the bottom. Nice. For 4. 3. Beautiful. For 2. All right, on 1, we're curling up and holding. We're just working little pulses. Up and up, thinking about twisting through the top of your chest. Final count now for 5. For 4, using that exhale. For 3, 2, and last one. And lower down. Beautiful. You can draw your knees into your chest, taking that little rock out from side to side. Grabbing the back of those legs now. We're going to roll on up together and grab your block. We're moving into a bit of a side plank series. So flipping on round, your block's going to stand upright here, and your left arm, hands holding the top. Right hand comes down onto your mat. Bracing through your belly, we're stepping those legs back to find our long line plank position. Beautiful. Straight line from that head all the way down your spine to our ankles. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're opening up to find a side plank here. Beautiful. And then we just lower back down, rolling through those hips to refine the plank. Just working these opens and closes. Nice. Each time we find that open, seeing if you can lift those hips a little bit more, find that little rainbow through that bottom side waist. Can we think about opening and rotating, moving those hips in one fluid motion, team? Beautiful. All right, we're gonna add on this next time we tap that block down. Can we meet in your plank? Holding there. You're gonna bring your right knee to tap your left forearm. It draws back before we find that next open. Beautiful. Adding that little tap in before you take that open. Nice, team. You guys are strong. Just giving me 3 more before we add that final progression. Last 2 like this. Nice. All right, last knee tap before we open out and hold there together. We're taking an arm sweep down as you lower those hips. Lift everything back up to the sky before that block taps down, and we take that knee drive. That's our full combo. Beautiful work, focusing on that nice big squeeze of that bottom side waist as you press those hips back up. You guys are so strong. Just giving me 3 last full reps like this. Nice work. Last 2. Are you still managing to fully tap that block? All right, this is our last time we're gonna tap that forearm. We're opening and meeting in your side plank, holding there, just working those hip dips and sweeps. Lovely work here for 5. Then we get to lower for 4, 3, beautiful for 2. On 1, can you lift and hold? And dropping down. Nice. Legs can find that mermaid stretch, rainbowing that right arm up and over. Nice work, feeling that good stretch down through that right hand side. Gaze looks down to that left hand that's on the mat. Beautiful work. Okay, flipping on round. We're gonna do all that good stuff on the other side, team. So we're grabbing hold of that block. It's gonna send just behind our tailbone on the mat. And this time your right heel is gonna rest on that block. Left finds that tabletop. Our fingertips are gonna re-find your temples. Nice. Settling into that neutral spine. It's slightly imprinted down on that mat, feeling that little close through that rib to hip connection. Taking our inhale, and as we exhale, we're twisting up and over towards that left knee. Beautiful. Inhale, lower. Exhaling as we lift and twist up. As we take this twist, we're really wanting to lift that right shoulder blade up off that mat now. Beautiful. Making sure that left knee isn't starting to sneak in as we start fatiguing through this movement. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Beautiful work, team. Just giving me 3 more before we add on. Nice, last 2. Before we take that leg extension as well. Nice. Beautiful, head and chest return down. This next one, let's curl up and hold in that twist. We're extending that left leg long, beautiful. It draws into our tabletop before we return. Nice, this is our combo. We twist, extend, tabletop, and return. Nice work. Seeing how high you can hold in that twist as you take that leg extension. Just like the other side, we don't want that leg extension to compromise that form, so making sure that lower back is still squeezing down onto your mat. Beautiful. Just giving me 3 more like this. Final 2. Last one. All right, we meet down on the bottom of your mat. As a team, we're curling up to find that twist. We're holding high, just getting to work on that extension. And tabletop, just working the single leg extension, staying high in your twist. Here for 5. Beautiful, for 4. 3. 2. On 1, we extend that leg long and lower everything down. Nice work. Good moment to take a little reset. When you're ready, we're going to take another inhale, and this time we're sweeping that leg up as we take that twist and toe tap at the top. Beautiful. Inhale, lower, leg hovers. Exhale to twist and crunch. Beautiful. Moving into the straight leg. Twist straight away, team. Beautiful. Focusing on that little rotation at the top, seeing if we can hold for a second in that crunch before you control that lower back down. Awesome. Final 4 now. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Here for 3. Beautiful. For 2. Last one, we meet at the top, you hold. We're just pulsing up and up, thinking about reaching up towards that left toe. Beautiful. You're here for your final count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lowering back down. Your knees can send wide here now. You can tee those arms out. You can drop both of those legs down towards that left, finding that windscreen wiper stretch. And just flipping them over to that right hand side. All right, legs can re-find center, grabbing hold of your back of your legs here and rising on up. We're gonna go straight into that side plank series. So come on over. This time your right hand has got your block. It's resting high up here. Left hand's on the mat. We're gonna brace through your belly and step those legs back to find your long line plank position. Beautiful. Your tailbone's tucked here. We've got that straight line running down our spine. Inhaling, we're swiveling those hips as we open out to find that side plank. Beautiful. And then rotating back, block touches the mat. Beautiful. Going again, opening out, finding that rotation, and returning back. Beautiful. I want you guys to take these first few so you can really get the form of that side plank. So thinking about lifting up through that left side body each time you hit that side plank. Nice. Getting that little rainbow and arch through that bottom oblique. Okay. We're going to add those layers now, team. So this next time that block touches the mat, can you hold? We're just drawing your left knee to your right forearm now. Draws back before you open on out. Nice. Adding this little side climber. Fully squeezing that knee in each time. Beautiful. Lovely work. You're just giving me 2 more full ones like this before we take that final option for progression. Remembering there are always options, team, so just working at whatever layer works for you. Nice. Otherwise, this next time you open, you're going to hold. Option here to dip your hips as the arm sweeps down. We lift everything back up before block re-finds the mat, and we side climber. Nice work. Enjoying that little flexion through the spine as you take that hip dip. Nice work. Just giving me 3 more like this. Beautiful, team. You guys are so strong. Final 2 now, before we're gonna finish off this side all together. All right, final knee drive. We're opening to that side plank and holding. Just getting to work on that hip dip and lift. We dip and we lift. This is you for your final count of 5. And then we get to stretch it out for 4, 3, 2, on when we lift and hold, and lower down. Beautiful. Your legs can find that mermaid stretch, rainbowing that left arm up and over. Gaze looks down towards that right hand. And when you're ready, circling back on up, we've just got one absolute final finisher of class. So your block is just going to come horizontal on that mat. We're moving into a plank series. So your forearms are going to find that block. Beautiful. And then we're going to step back to find your plank. Beautiful. Holding there. We're going to bring your right knee to right elbow, finding that side climber. It sends back. That right leg taps out and draws in other side. So we go one side climber to one step out. Beautiful. Focusing on keeping those hips down here, team. I know it wants to push up, but really keeping in this straight line position. This is just us for our final 15 seconds of class, and you guys are all done for day 17. Exhale to draw that knee in. Beautiful. Inhale, tap. Exhale, we crunch. Inhale, we tap out. Just here for our final count of 6 now. Staying with me, you guys are so strong. Here for 5. We meet in our plank for 4. 3. Beautiful. For 2. On 1, you find your plank, you hold. It's just you and your breath. Holding here, pressing that mat away with your forearms. Here for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. We can drop those knees down. Ditch that block. Find a well-deserved child's pose stretch here. Beautiful. All right. Some quick stretches here if you have time. Just threading that right hand through, grounding that shoulder down on your mat as we look under our armpit. Your top arm can wrap under your bottom sideways, opening that left shoulder up to the sky to deepen that twist. All right. Drawing that left shoulder down to that mat now, threading the needle the other side, an option to wrap that top arm around your waist. Beautiful. Coming up, restacking through your spine, clasping your hands behind your back as you take an inhale, your chest lifts, your back arches. And as we exhale, rolling your chin to your chest, rounding through your upper back. Going again, inhale as we lift. And exhale to pull and roll forward. Coming to face me now. Just taking a couple shoulder rolls back. All right, well, we're gonna finish off class, just like always with that final deep breath. So we're gonna sweep those arms up together. Fill your belly, fill your lungs, feel your side waist start to expand. And then exhale, sighing everything out. That is all you for your day 17. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.